thank you so much for inviting me to this meeting today. I'm so excited to finally meet some more of you. Grace and Michelle, we had, from my perspective, great discussion last week regarding collaboration, and I do look forward to this. So my role is to be the manager for this program, PiiA, which is Process Industrial IT and Automation. We are one out of 17 strategic innovation programs in Sweden, and I also have my colleague Per with me here today, and he will assist me in doing the work that we have in front of us in the Swedish consortium. Right, see if we can get this slide going as well. So this is just an overview of all the 17 strategic innovation programs in Sweden. So there are several, but we are the ones focusing on digitalization for process industry. Of course, we cut over several different domains here, as for example, for bioinnovation or mining and metals. So we have that too. Quite a few different branches. The things we do is mainly about projects. So we have a big product portfolio, but we also work with insights. So listening to all of you today is very interesting for us as well. And we produce reports that could also be used for dissemination in this conjunction. We have a program called PiiA Research, where we do finance postdocs and also work with industrial PhD students, where we try to increase the number of PhD students within process industry in Sweden above all. And PiiA Network is where we try and talk to the industry and see their needs and how that can contribute to the calls we're having in PiiA, and also how the projects should be formed and how results are to be disseminated. A little overview, a few pictures of how we looked when we used to meet. So in total, we have about 200 projects in the PiiA portfolio, and that has been all the projects then starting since we started out in 2013. Right now, we have about 50 active projects, pre-studies, pilots, and also larger projects and strategic activities. In total, we had over 200 organizations participating in the program. And the total investment so far has been about 100 million euros, where half of it is the industrial co-funding and half is a contribution from the innovation agency Vinnova, here hosted by. These are our market areas. You all know these, of course, looking at process industry. And we have quite a few, I would say, in metal, mining, and forestry. So going to the focus of today, the Swedish consortium in EITS is led by us in PiiA. The interesting thing is that the program is outsourced to RISE, which is the Research Institutes of Sweden. So they're also involved. We have another consortium, Climate Leading Process Industry. They will join too. And also the Chalmers University of Technology, that is in Gothenburg. One of the pulp and paper industries, Stora Enso, and Siemens Digital Industries, who are moving into the sector and want to know more about how they can combine their business, of course, with the process industry and drive digitalization forward. So we're happy to have them aboard. And the activities for the Swedish consortium. Of course, we're going to dig around.
Malin. Hello,
yes.
Sorry to interrupt. We see two screens overlapping.
Oh, you do? That's very interesting.
One third of the left side of your screen.
See what we can do that.
I think it's the next slide that the preview that we could see as well.
Yeah. Do you know how I get rid of that pad?
No. Close that one. Maybe.
Close that one.
Yeah, perfect.
Thanks. I need some more interruptions in this digital format. Work with digitalization. Right. So the first task that we have is to dig around in the PiiA portfolio and also related programs, because of course there are several. How we can find the best projects that could serve as best practice that we could hopefully then fit into the templates that we were looking at just a few minutes ago. We will be arranging webinars and of course contribute in the ones that are arranged by others in this large consortium. and map a bit of which kind of technologies we think is relevant to move forward, focusing on digitalization. But of course, and above all, I think this is all about synergies and how we can find further collaborations as well. And I'm really happy that we're starting off this today. So we can find the next. This is interesting. I lost my control. I brought a few examples with me, just as a little appetizer on what we have in the portfolio. This project has reduced energy consumption by using machine learning to optimize the district heating system in Västerås, where I am based. So that's one thing that we think is interesting to look forward to. Another project here, when it comes to big piles of material, is in the mining industry, where we have increased efficiency and traceability through automated digital solutions to measure quantities of raw materials. Of course, when you know what you have, it's better to make better use of that. Another one with reduced energy consumption with the help of machine learning, also including Boliden and mining. So these are just examples of projects that we're running within PiiA, and we're hoping to get more of them as well, of course. And of course, as a complement then to these great case studies that we've already been looking at, we hope to be able to fill up the PiiA reports and also contribute to other reports, of course, with the material that we have. We'd also like to point at another great format where we have had brown bag seminars, if you're familiar with that format. So short recordings by experts addressing a specific challenge in a certain industry. And also, we have been engaged in developing courses for professionals. They're all web-based. And I think this would be a very interesting format to investigate how we could contribute with some kind of a micro-credentials or modules that could be just inserted in education that's already running to educate a large number of people through help with academic partners. So that are some ideas that we have for the Swedish consortium, but as we mentioned, we are starting up pretty much now. So that would be the short presentation from us, and here's a beautiful picture also of PiiA, so that you know who we are, and we are looking forward to get to know you better and forward the contact in IETS. PiiA, any visuals from you? Want to wave? So we're not in the same office today. We're still keeping a bit of distance. Any questions from the audience? I think that were my 5 minutes of fame and limelight. Then I really want to mention that the discussion we had last week, Grace and Michelle, that was regarding a collaboration maybe within industrial PhD students and research schools, and also if we could look at maybe a little ITEA project, looking at the same topics that we have here. But that will then come next year.
And definitely.
Excellent.